Today it's time for a long overdue project to change the chain and sprockets on my old Kawasaki VN 800 Classic from 1999. I've owned it for quite a few years, not from when it was new, but almost. And it's been a really trusty bike. I have dragged it along on vacations to all the corners of Europe, more or less, so it's been a really trusty bike. I had it converted to belt drive for a number of years, and it was lovely when it worked, but unfortunately I didn't get the tension correctly on the belt, so the front or belt sprocket, it was not positioned correctly, so it started to wiggle around and I had to change it back to chain drive again. And since the axle out from the engine is a bit worn and not so good anymore, I put on the front sprocket really tight and put on Loctite, red Loctite. So let's see if I can get it off now. So first of all, take off the seat and bags and stuff so I can get to the place I need to be. There it is. Let's see if we can get it off. All right, ready to see if it's possible to turn it. Whew. It is moving, but slowly, so let's go on with it. Have to step on the rear brake at the same time, of course, otherwise the bike will just run away from me. Finally got it off. Trying to break red Loctite without heating it up first. Ooh, was quite a job actually, but finally got it off. The bike is up on my little improvised stand. Chain guard off. And loosen the brake. And loosen the tensioners. So not so funny part with these old bikes with the drum brakes, this one here, is that when you take the rear wheel off, the drum brake falls apart, and if you don't put it back together correctly, the speedometer will not work because the feed comes from back here. And also, if you put it together the wrong way, the whole mechanic for the feed will break, and then you have to replace the whole part. I have done it once, and then I handed it off to a licensed mechanic, and he also ruined it. So twice I have driven on really long vacations without a speedometer. Also, it does not measure how far you have ridden, so you have no idea how much gas you have left in the tank, which is also an extra adventure when you're on a vacation. So I think this has actually ran about 20,000 kilometers without a speedometer. So yeah, let's do something about it this time. That's why I have my trusty tape roll here. So I'm going to tape it together before I take the rear wheel off. The speedometer cable comes off like this, and the cable should be able to come out. Yep. Then it's time to loosen the axle. Okay, time to pull the axle out. So the new chain has one of these easy to close master links, but the old one did not. So I think the easiest way for me was to saw off the old chain, because I don't have a chain breaking tool, so I just sawed it off. Time for the front sprocket to come off. So here is the old sprocket and here's the new one. They don't really look the same. The new one has one more tooth, which it's supposed to have, because I did that intentionally. The rear one has 2 teeth less than the old one. But this old front sprocket here has some kind of rubber thing on both sides, so don't know if that comes off and I should put it on here or not, so I'll see if we can get it off first. I can't get these rubber edges off, but I guess it will work fine without them anyway. The new sprocket is on. I just took the opportunity to clean the area. Time to remove the rear sprocket. And it still looks nice and lubed in there, even if it's been on for several years, I think. And the bolts off. And the old one comes off. has a little bit of a ridge here. So let's find the ridge on the new one. It's a bit strange that the new sprocket has these holes, because I guess there will come in dirt there. The bull sprocket was solid. Alright, time to put the axle back in. Alright, I can take the tape off now. The speedometer cable back on, and this other nut here as well. And the brake, I will adjust that later. And the nut is on there, and don't forget to put these ones on now, because later it's not possible to get them on. And the new chain with this kind of quick lock master link. And it's on. I tensioned the chain roughly what I think it needs to be, and now I'm going to let it down on the ground so I can tighten this nut here on the front sprocket really tight with new Loctite on. Oh, so the battery died there, but I finished up the bike project, and today I rode it to work. Everything worked fine except the speedometer was dead. I thought, oh no, I ruined that thing again. But when I came to work I had a look, and it turned out I hadn't fastened the end of the cable properly, so it had just jumped out of the hole. So now I have put it back again, so let's see how it goes. Because in the afternoon I am going to the vehicle inspection place, so I can get the bike street legal again.